Hello and welcome back to another 3D Ross video. In this one I'm going to cover what I've learned in my 3 years of university in the United Kingdom. To give some background, I've just finished my third and final year of BA Honours Computer Game Art. Having experienced living in dorms, student loans, making friends, campus life, working remotely as of 2020 and more, I want to share what I've learned through these experiences, if I think it's worth going to university, and what it has taught me. My first point is university is not magic. It won't instantly make you better in your field. There is no secret. Most of the work is done on your end. I see way too many people at university slacking off and just thinking they're doing a great thing just because they're there. And I'm here to tell you, attendance is not the biggest part. Of course, you have to attend to improve and get better, but that is a very small part of the puzzle. You really need to put in the work if you want to become successful in your field and actually make use of university. Now, after this point, I will get into, is it worth university, the cost you pay and the debt you get into? But for now, I'm telling you that university is not a magic get out of jail free card. You have to work very hard to make it work. My second point is the cost of university tuition does not equal the exact value you get out of it. Now, I'm not saying university is not worth it. However, the exact value that you pay for university, in the case of the United Kingdom undergraduate study, is £9,125. Now, that is a lot of money per year, and you do not get anywhere near that value. However, this does not exactly mean that university is not worth it. If you are super passionate about the field you want to go into, like I was, then I would say it's worth it, because any small amount that can help you reach your goal is surely worth an immeasurable amount. So, what I'm saying is, if you know that there's something that you really want to do, and you believe that university will help you get where you want to be, then I'd say it is perfectly worth it. Just that little bit of push can be the difference between getting you to where you want to be and you not being there at all. So if that is the case, it is definitely worth it. But by no means does £9,250 come close to the actual value you get. As I said previously, there is no secret. You're not giving anything exactly, and most of the work is done on your end. You're just given some assignments, you're given the tools to do it, you've got some tutors to bounce ideas off, but at the end of the day, the work comes down to you. And if what you want to do you're not so serious about, or you are super serious and you think you've got the motivation and drive to learn yourself through online courses or through even free YouTube videos or cheap resources like books, then I'd say that is a better option, possibly worth more of your time and a lot more value for your money. However, as I said, university can be really worth it if you are super passionate about what you want to do and you don't mind that the cost does not equal the exact value you get out of it. Now, my next point is about student loan debt in the UK. Now, if you're not from the UK, you might want to skip this section. Hopefully I have timestamps below so you can skip the next section. But if you are looking to study in the UK and you're looking at student loan, I want you to know that student loans are not that bad. So, you might think, oh, about £10,000 worth of debt every year just for my course fee, and then you've got maintenance loan to live on top of that. Now that is going to be a lot of money, in excess of £50,000. So you're thinking, I don't want to be in debt by that much, and a lot of people want to pay it off straight away, or they don't want to get into that debt at all. And now I was like this at first. However, student loan debt in the UK is very flexible, and it is something you should definitely pay attention to. So, you don't pay student loan debt currently in Band 2 until you earn £26,575. So let that sink in. If you earn up to that much, you don't pay any student loan whatsoever, no matter how much your student loan is. Now, they cannot come and take your house if you don't pay that student loan, because if you're earning less than that, then they can't put you in more hardship and take any assets away from you. However, if you're making over that, you pay 9%, but you only pay 9% student loan after the £26,575. That means if you earn £26,576 a year, you only pay 9 pence in student loan for that entire year. And that is such a marginal amount. So, you might be thinking, you still don't want to pay that money. And I ask you, are you really going to be that bothered if you're earning that much money? If university can mean the difference between you earning that money and not earning that money, you should definitely take up on the offer of a student loan. Now, interest is another thing. Oh, well, you might not want to pay interest on it. It's going to go up. You're going to have to pay a lot more money than you borrowed. And that is a valuable point. Interest is RPI, so about like the rate of inflation plus 3% on student loans. So that means that by the time you pay it off, if you do, that's going to be a lot more money than you actually borrowed in the first place. However, as we said before, you do not pay anything until you reach that earning threshold. And then from there, if you're only paying a few £100 a year in student loan, you're never going to pay that off. Along with that, your student loan is written off after 25 years once you finish university. So if you don't pay that amount off in the 25 years, it is written off. It doesn't matter how much you lend. You could have lent £500, you could have lent £100,000. It is not going to matter. So at the end of the day, if you don't get to the point where you can pay it off, so you're not earning above that £26,000 threshold, you pay nothing off, even if you owed hundreds of thousands of pounds. That's why I think it is definitely worth taking up the opportunity of a student loan, even the maintenance loan to live off. You might think, oh, I can get by on a smaller amount, so why do I need to take more than I need? Well, if you take more than you need, this loan is better than any other loan out there, in my opinion. Now, this isn't financial advice. You should consult a financial advisor. This is just for entertainment purposes. However, let's just say you did take out as much as you can. That loan, in my opinion, gives you a lot better in the position of finances than taking out a loan from a bank. Because a loan from the bank usually going to be higher interest, and also they're going to take collateral. So if you don't pay that off, it's just going to keep going up and up. And if you can't pay it off, they can repossess your house, they can take items such as your car, they can take items that you bought with it. However, with student loan, they can't really do that unless you're earning above the threshold. So if you suddenly lose your job, you don't have to worry about that debt. If you can't pay it off, you don't need to worry about that debt. Whereas with a bank loan, you do. So say if you don't even need that much money when you're at university, you can get by on less, I'd say it's a better idea still to take out that full amount and save that money for later down the line. That way it helps you avoid consumer credit, and it also gives you a better financial position coming out of university to move for job opportunities. Say if you got a job opportunity somewhere else and you had to move. If you didn't take that student loan out and you had very little money, how are you going to be able to move for that position? You're going to have to make some sacrifices. You're going to have to take out consumer debt, or you're not going to be able to move into that job position you want. So I'd say taking out the loan will leave you in a much better financial position. If you want to hear more about my thoughts on this, please let me know in the description below, because it is something I'm very passionate about and people are not educated enough, in my opinion, on this topic. My next point is grades don't matter. Now, you might think I'm crazy, you might have heard this before, I don't know, but strongly in my opinion, grades do not matter. Sometimes the correct thing will lose you marks, but at the end of the day, you've got to put your learning and development first. It doesn't matter if it needs to be done for this project. Of course, in the real world, you want to be able to follow briefs, and university is for that. However, if it's going to stunt your personal development, sometimes you want to go against the grain. Don't focus about your specific grades. Focus about developing and focus on what is going to make you a better person in your field or make you more employable. Sometimes university modules help you do that. Other times it might slow you down. You might know specifically what you need to work on and what you're working towards. If you strongly know that is the case, take up on your own adventure and continue growing. Don't let the university assignments stunt your growth. So that concludes today's video. I hope you liked it, maybe found it helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed these discussion podcast type videos along with my regular content. If you do, please let me know in the comments below. Thank you for making it this far. And you know the drill. Please like, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next video.